This month we are already at 27K
Nice.
in sales. And this month we spent on ads only $8,800.
Basically, this is a client case study for our client here, George. George has been working with one of our senior media buyers, Rustam. Rustam is actually the management of our entire media buyer team, so he's in great hands. And in this interview, we're going to be going over George's business, kind of where he started, keeping it really light, really clean. Just going over where you guys are at within your business, George, from Rustam's standpoint, from your standpoint. And if it's okay with you guys, if I just ask you a couple of questions just as we go.
Of course.
Cool, man. Cool.
And by the way, I'm really happy with the results. So thank you very much. Because of you, I signed up.
Thanks, George. I appreciate it. Okay, so I wanted to first see where you guys were at right now. Now, Rustam, before this call, you guys said that you were kind of in a good position with George's store currently and how things are going right now. So if you could share a little bit about like the overall of what it's looking like right now and where you guys are at.
Okay, share screen. So this month we are already at 27K
Nice.
in sales. And this month we spent on ads only $8,800. So it's like around more than 3 rows, I think.
Nice overall. And now, you know, you've come a long way since we first started, especially when we started working with George.
Yes.
Come a long way through, because George, you had initially started out with nothing, right? This was a fresh new store build. This is a brand new venture, right?
Yeah, George was a new client, but
when you first started within the agency, this was a new business venture, right? This was something like, this wasn't a store, this was a new store with us.
Correct. Yes. I started from scratch, from zero. In fact, you know, I was actually reading, I was actually reading on what to do because, you know, I had a previous business, but I closed it because of the COVID. So, you know, it actually, you know, ruined my old business. So I was looking for something new, you know, and I started, you know, Googling about what can I do online, and you guys targeted me because I was, you know, researching on that and reach out to me, and I found interesting what you guys had to offer. So that's when I started to talking to y'all, and I mean, I pretty much decided to invest with y'all.
Take a start. Yeah. So you had no e-commerce experience before, right? Your business was in a whole different field.
Yeah, I know. I was in the restaurant business before. I had no idea. So I started from scratch with y'all.
Yeah, COVID definitely impacted a lot of businesses that are offline. So that's kind of where you ventured into online business and got started with us. So that's cool to see that you had no background and this was a fresh venture that you were initially starting into the e-commerce space, which is really, really cool to see how well it's going now. So Rustam, like, what have you and George been working on recently? If you can actually go back to where George started, because George, you've been with the agency now. This is your 4th month? Or
Correct.
Going into
I think it's the 4th month.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you initially started, this is the 1st month, right, Rustam, that you're sharing?
yes, this is the first month. So with George, we were a little bit lucky. We found a product like from the get-go.
Yep.
It was showing good promise, and like so Jorge started around like 12th of March or something, and then so let's say first month.
In the 1st month, we started to market test, and we found a product that was gaining traction. So even though we were starting from scratch with no data on the ad account, nothing to leverage, we were doing our market testing strategies and found a winner that had popped off initially halfway through the month, you'd said.
Yeah, but I would suggest not anybody not to get like a little bit, you know, disappointed, because it takes a while sometimes to find products. I mean, I know. So just be patient, everybody, because once you hit your winner product, it's you can take off from there. So it might take a little bit.
That's what I tell everybody, right? Like, a lot of people they get into this scarce mindset where they're like, oh, I've tested a couple products, they haven't popped off.
Yeah.
Is this going to work? Or why is this happening? But realistically, it's because of the market testing. You're basically taking a product and seeing how well it's going to do in the market. And we're using patterns within the agency to find products that have high potential from past patterns that we've seen, that we've tested, that we've ran. And what this does, I try to tell people, it's like one product, just like you said, George, one product can completely change the momentum in your business. You could go from investing that money into market testing, and then boom, you pop a product that can now later down the road, you guys have already made almost 30,000 in sales in the single month. So now we have moved into collecting the data and training the account to move into the scaling phase, right? And that's when things get exciting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the profits are significant at this point already. So I would want you guys to take a look at the conversion rates and also returning customer rates. So the first month, these are all going to be a little bit lower than when we are scaling. So you can compare it in here.
Yep. Fresh ad account. We got to collect that data, and it takes time. So
already, so conversion rate increased. And then the second month of him being in the agency, we already generated him $10,000. Yeah, and it was profitable, right, Jorge? Like,
yes.
Yeah, and then like third month is where it actually like took off. Like Jorge was a little bit stressed already.
Yes.
But here we go, like his third month. So online store conversion rate is really high. Then we implemented upsells. Now returning customer rate is higher, and like ratio of sales to sessions is much higher. And we actually hit like 3K day with $500, like almost a 3K day with $500 ad spend. The only problem that's holding it back from increasing is that our optimized ad account is capped at $500 ad spend.
So we've hit on Jorge's account, we've hit a cap, right? So that's like something every new advertiser usually runs into with Facebook, and that's just Facebook saying, okay, you're a new advertiser and your business is doing very well. We just want to make sure that, you know, we're scaling efficiently, all orders are being processed and sent to the customers before increasing the ad spend to allow you to take it to the next level. So it's normal. And you guys have been,
we already increased it already. I think we already went over. They just hold you back for a little bit, and then they increase the limit.
We were holding back on 250 for like over a month.
Yeah.
And then we got to 500. But the ones that you are talking about, Jorge, the new ad accounts, they take time to optimize. That's why I do not count them here.
Oh, okay.
We got 2 new ad accounts to use, but unfortunately they aren't optimizing as well as this one.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a little bit slower on them to scale.
Yep, part of the game, you know, overcoming the little obstacles that get thrown at you as you scale. And honestly, sometimes it can do you more good than harm, because it makes sure that we are actually getting all of the logistics in place, you know, getting competitive pricing with cost of goods. And it just allows you more time so that you're not bombarded with volume, because sometimes if you're bombarded with volume, it can do you more harm than good. So it's actually a blessing within disguise, because it allows you to get all of your eggs in your basket before you start to scale, right? Everything moving, the machine moving smoothly before you put the pedal to the metal type of thing, right?
Yes, and here I can show the foundation that you are talking about. So for example, like every campaign is doing well, and unfortunately the results aren't showing here. Like all results aren't showing here because of the mistracking issues that we're having. And but as I shown before, we are at over 3 ROAS for this month. And so I'm going to show like how we started. We started with testing, like with all clients, and then we came up with some winning audiences. But I don't have to show you the audiences, right, Owen?
Yeah, I'll make sure everything's protected when I edit everything.
Okay, yeah. So like this is the testing campaign where we are testing out the audiences. And then if it does perform well, then we move it to the higher budget campaigns. Here, we have only one running at this moment because we are kind of using our budget for higher budget campaigns in here. The CBO and then lookalikes. So the main thing that is kind of the most profitable in here is retargeting. And this is something that we were able to work on when we had that cap with Jorge. We filmed a lot of videos, and here we are using his kind of, let's say, him as a model.
So Jorge, you actually created a review video for retargeting, right?
Yeah.
You ordered samples into you know, your own personal home, and you had created these retargeting ads that we could use for our campaigns, right?
Correct. Yes.
And
I think they worked out pretty well.
definitely. And this is something where, Jorge, you've gone above and beyond with your brand, right? Because that puts a whole new aspect to your ads, the campaigns that we are managing within, you know, our marketing campaigns for you, is putting that personal touch, going above and beyond to order in samples. You know, you can take custom product photography if needed. You can make custom video if needed. And this actually saves the client some budget from using, you know, any sort of like ad fulfillment companies, video production companies, if you actually just order the sample in and create custom content as well. So that's something that you've gone above and beyond that's helped a ton with the performance of the ads, right?
Yes, it did. It did help a ton. Actually, we had 2 creative testing campaigns designed to find a winner. So this is the second one. And like, this is how it's looking like when we are ordering a bunch of different videos, and then test them at the same interest and finding out the winner in order to scale it later, which we did with our CBO campaign and our lookalike campaign. Actual return on ad spend is much higher than it's shown here. As I mentioned, like, lookalikes are killing it. And like, first day we spent $100 on lookalikes and we got back like 800 something. So
yeah, and I think we had like a row. I think we had a row, and Rustam has told me that you know, the account is performing very well, and we've only had like 1 negative day out of like 45 days that we didn't even. I mean, I think we stopped winning like $150 that day, and then the other days have been like gravy. It's been really great. I can really say that right now it's really worth it. You know what I'm saying?
And one thing I want to touch base on that, Jorge, is that, you know, it's taken time to get to this point, because a lot of people, when they don't understand like specifics in advertising and marketing, they don't understand the power of data collected. When you've got data collected on your Facebook pixel that's connected to your ad account, and your ad account is training, and I preach this all the time, is it takes time to get to the point where you've trained your account and Facebook's algorithm to find you profitable customers over and over again. And it's like, the money you're spending on ads in the initial get-go is going to help you so much in the long term, because it's an investment into your data, which then churns you more profitable results, a higher return on ad spend, and acquires customers at a way cheaper rate because it's trained, right? You've collected that data that competitors don't have.
Yeah, so like yesterday, I cut down some, let's say, least performing assets. They were profitable, but I'm training this ad account to kind of optimize for higher ROAS. So yesterday we spent 370, and then we generated back 1,300. So although it doesn't look too high, we are actually really profitable.
That's
like
the most important thing.
$500.
That's the important thing, is like, you know, there's a lot of people out there like, hey, check out these big flashy numbers, but they don't actually go into how much you spent to acquire those numbers. And with George's account, like, we focus on the profits, and that's one thing that you've been doing really good.
Yes,
is
for sure.
making sure that our budget is spent the most profitable way we possibly can, with all the assets that we're doing to do so.
Yeah, we are at least $200 profitable every day, right, Jorge? Like, at least $200.
Yeah.
Like, some days it's even more, but
yeah, some days it's more. Like yesterday was more. The day before was more.
Yeah,
I'm really happy.
Yeah, and we have good connections with the suppliers, and our shipping days are like 4 to 7 days when the stock is there, right, Jorge?
Yes,
exactly.
It can be really fast, but the suppliers, they've actually given us a VIP link already, because, you know, we buy from them so much that they give us a special discount. So it gets better. It gets better as time goes by. So
It does. And that's why I always preach the long-term mindset, right? Because it's like, in the beginning, like any business, you have to kind of go through those initial, like, before you can get VIP links and more competitive pricing to be more profitable, you gotta get past that testing phase, as I call it. So, you know, it's great to hear from you that you understand that, you know, things get better as you scale your business, right? You got more leverage.
Yeah. So like until the end of this month, we need to have a couple more creatives coming, which we're going to use kind of for our creative testing, and then probably safely up the budget back to 500, and maybe take advantage of our other ad accounts that Jorge gave us, and then scale it to 40K. So this is my goal for this store till this month. But in total, until July 15th, we target to get to 100K for this store.
A lot of people ask is, you know, can I learn things? Because a lot of people start in your situation, Jorge. Can I learn things as I go? And and that's something that I'll ask Jorge when he's back. We just lost him.
Oh, he's here. Okay, yeah, this is the trend of his store.
Yeah,
the upsells have been huge. Every day there's like $100 to $150 in upsells.
Okay, and on the point of the upsells, what do you find for this account is working well with upsells? So a lot of people ask that, you know, how do I increase my average order value? How do I get upsells to work? Because that's something that, you know, a lot of people have troubles with.
So I have a great setup, I think. I do believe that it doesn't show all of the orders here because I have been double checking and I think it wasn't accurate. The upsell take rate is around 30% right now. And what I'm using Honeycomb, and that allows you to give three offers to the customer after they purchase the product that you're selling.
So you're giving
what I did there is I am just upselling the same product for 30% off, and then I'm saying that there is also a free insured shipping included.
Okay.
And then there is a next offer coming right after that. And there I'm introducing a little bit of a better version of this product.
Yes.
But for the even lower price that this product is currently marketed at. And I found this very powerful because sometimes the average order value for this store is 50.
Yeah.
But sometimes they just buy it and then they take both upsell offers and then they kind of already give us $125. You know.
Yep.
That's the power of the upsell.
It's all about how much of an increase can we make on our average order value so that every penny spent on acquiring a customer brings back more of a profit each time, right? Because that's important.
Yes, the average order value in here, it's a little bit skewed because Honeycomb considers every order as a new order. It's not adding that as Zipify to the previous order.
Yeah.
You know? That's why it's showing a little bit lower average order value than it should have been used, in fact.
Yeah, so we lost Jorge. I think he got another call there from Facebook. He's tackling this cap issue that we had talked about. But anyways, my last question for you, Rustam, and we'll follow up with Jorge after, is, you know, what are your plans for, you touched base on your goal of January of doing 100,000 in sales for that month. You know, what are your plans to get to that level? You know, when you're thinking, when I'm going to take Jorge's store through his marketing to 100,000 a month, what are some of the things that you're going to be working on? Will it be like content, more custom content, new audiences, different methods with retargeting? You know, what's your plan for moving into July and trying to hit that goal?
Yeah, we have a pretty solid plan in place. So we already kind of are working on getting some custom content with professional people in the field, let's say influencers.
Yeah.
And then we already are getting 8 new creatives until the end of this week. So the scaling part is all about creatives and all about the spending limit that Facebook allows you to spend, because this product is proven to be selling.
Yes.
And we already know like what kind of a creative works for both retargeting and for both cold audiences.
Yes.
And the plan for this store is to kind of leverage what we generated here, like use the lookalikes, and then here's this clear performer,
yes,
winning performer, which is and we will test and find more, which is video viewers. The ROAS on that was very high from the get-go. Unfortunately, Facebook isn't tracking around 40% of the sales. So Yeah, that's why it isn't showing here as
That's
hot.
that's why these days, you know, the money is in the creative and the money is in
Yeah,
analyzing the data when you have issues with tracking, right? So understanding
sure.
overall patterns and the types of audiences that work, but also working on that creative and figuring out the best angles for marketing, the best creatives that touch point with your potential customers. And those are all things that you said that you're going to be working on, which is great. So basically, in summary, is those things plus getting rid of this bid cap is going to help you guys take things to an absolute whole new level. And that's why we're getting Jorge to work towards getting that cap lifted, which is going to make a big difference.
Yeah, when you're getting 3 ROAS like consistently on any level of ad spend, it's a very great sign, and sometimes it's even more, let's say.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm very optimistic about this product. Also, what we're gonna do is, like, when the spending limit is higher, we're gonna just test a couple of similar products so that we are not dependent only on one product, and use the product that we found as a winner as upsells, and also scale the second product as well, because the store right now looks very professional. Like, we designed it to be in the niche in which the product is being sold. So there is a lot of similar products that we can leverage. Some of them are being sold as upsells. So
and that's the power of a branded niche store, right? Because now you're seen as an authority figure in that space, and people trust your brand. You can sell more products related. You can use the data that you've collected already from this product on the account to launch new campaigns for other products, and just leverage everything that you've done right now to expand it into new products, you know, new marketing angles, new upsells, and a whole lot more. And that's the power of niche brand and why we focus on niche brand at Marketer Growth. So that's a really good point.
Yes, sir.
But basically, Rustam, I want to say thanks for jumping on this call to go over a case study with Jorge's store. It sucks that Jorge had to jump off here, but you know, he's busy taking action on his business, and that's part of the reason why you know, he's so successful so far with this new business venture. So it just goes to show that, you know, as long as you have the right determination, the right long-term mindset like Jorge, and you're working with a proper team, you know, anything can happen. Like Jorge came from a completely different industry, had no experience in e-commerce, had no experience with dropshipping, this business model, and you know, tapped into our systems and have really made the most of it, right? So thanks again. Yeah, Jorge's great. But thanks again, Rustam, for jumping on here. I'm sure we'll do some more case studies once we hit that $100,000 sales a month.
For sure. Have a great day.
Yeah,
thank you.